Yo, 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 what is up? We're live. Let me just position the mic. There we go. Alright, let's go to the big, or not the big screen, the RFC Live. There we go! We're here, everyone! How's it going? Let's check the chat. We got Mugman, Tanuki, David, and Derek in here. What's up, guys? How's it going? Daddy RFC. That is... that is right. Alright. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I'm not really sure why. It's just every time I try to do it, something gets in the way, and I almost didn't do it today. But I was like, you know what? I got some time. Let's do it. I'm going to be very brief with this episode because, quite frankly, I really am not in the mood. You know, like I'm not really in the mood to just do talk show stuff right now. But you know what? I'll do it anyway because I do have some interesting topics to talk about today. But I'm going to go through this quickly, and if we have more time tonight, I'm going to do some game streaming. And what are we streaming? Sonic Forces, of course. You know, the best Sonic game ever. Hopefully, the leader of the Defense Squad, Twip, will be there. Who knows? But, right now, I want to talk about some topics. So let's check the chat first. Augie, don't stream while I'm in bed with honey while watching Rad stream. That was the worst message I've ever read aloud. That message right there was like... That was like the worst thing I've ever read in my whole life. I did not need to read that. Alright. Let's get into the topics right now. We got 5 people in here. What's up? What is up? Oh, by the way, if you guys... Did you guys like the little, like, sort of skit, I guess, I did yesterday? Regarding the new Joy-Con colors. I kind of threw that together last minute. I'm not really sure if it was good, but I got some positive feedback on it, and more importantly, the reception on the video itself was doing really good. In fact, I think it's up to 50 views. So, which for me is good. Like, I average around 20 views per vid and around like 50 views per live stream. So for a video to get that for my channel is actually really good. And it even pushed me to 5.1k views overall, which is important because that is halfway to monetization. 5k is halfway to monetization. Because at 10k, that is when I'm allowed to monetize my content. And it's being someone who wants to do YouTube full-time as their job, that is like a huge milestone for me. So thank you guys so much for the support. Even if you've only done like, even if you only like watch my streams once or like watch a video once and give me 1 view, I still appreciate that because it's a little step towards something big that I want to focus on. So thank you guys so much. What's up? Tanuki says I'm the leader of the Defense Squad. Nah, dude, Twip is, dude. Twip is the real Defense Squad leader. Derek says, not joking, I like your RFC live streams. And also, thanks, Derek. Yeah, these RFC live programs actually are my best performing show currently. So, which surprised me, because most of you subscribe for game streaming. Yet RFC Live is the show that continues to get the most support, even more so than my game streams itself. Which is crazy to me. So, clearly you guys like this sort of like, not really radio show, but more like live podcast format. Because I love podcasting. I only used to got to do it with the RadCast, but because we can't do RadCast as often, RFC Live is really my extension where I get to let loose and express my personal beliefs, which is nice. Alright. Tanuki says, I put 10 hours on Forces on Switch. Nice, dude. I put about, what do I have right now? I don't even know. I think it's like 20 or something. Goes, the Toast alt for YouTube Red. Why would you make an alt for YouTube Red? Just use your main account as YouTube Red. Anyway, he asks, is Discord on Switch? Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on that, dude. That was so bad. Sneak Trick is up. What's up, dude? I think I know who you are, but I don't want to say your real name and dox you there. David's... Alright, let's go ahead and stop reading the chat and actually get to the big meat and potatoes of the stream, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, on my first item on here, we have the Martinez twins leave Team 10. Now, this previously uninterests me because I couldn't care less about what goes on Team 10. You know, the whole vlogosphere of YouTube, vlogging YouTubers in general, I really don't care about because vlogs don't appeal to me. Like, if you do vlogs, I've got no problem with you. But personally, like, I don't find vlogs entertaining. So I don't find Jake Paul entertaining. So obviously, at first, this story really didn't interest me. But the important thing is, the important thing about this story is with the Martinez twins, they didn't just leave Team 10, right? What they actually did was they made a video exposing Jake Paul, and they exposed him for forcing, like, basically what Jake Paul was doing was like forcing like pranks on them without telling them, which like they do pranks, so some argue that they should be used to it. However, he wasn't just like letting them in on it. He wasn't like, hey guys, let's do a prank today. He was actually forcing it on them so that the reaction would be more genuine. So hold on. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I thought someone actually came in my room, so I wanted to check that, but nobody did. I'm just hearing things, apparently. But getting back on topic, basically what the Martinez twins were mentioning in their exposed video was that Jake Paul was forcing pranks on them, forcing them to do uncomfortable things. He would just go in with like a taser and tase them. He would force them to do things they wouldn't want to do, including they mentioned in their video that he would force them to do sexual acts on each other for views, which is, I mean, come on, this is grounds for, like, this has to be grounds for, like, suspension on YouTube. Like, I'm not one to advocate for a channel to get suspended, but, like, come on, man, like, that has to be grounds for, like, suspension. That's straight up bullying. And for a guy who preaches constantly about anti-bullying stuff, that is just crazy. And I just realized my phone is almost dying. And that's important because my phone is my camera. But, yeah, like, that has got to be grounds for, like, disqualification suspension on YouTube. Because, like, for a big YouTuber to just force two other people to do stuff, like, including sexual acts, like, that is, no, that should not be going on. So, with this video coming out, it really, I'd argue this is the most impactful exposed video by far, because they revealed stuff that was crazy. Like, it's insane that Jake Paul is allowed to get away with this, and I hope that a suspension does follow up. Thank you, Sneeshirk, for the subscription. We're up to 175. Thanks for the support, guys. But that's all I wanted to say on that. I think with this Martinez twins video that this should be grounds for suspension for Jake Paul, because if what they're saying is true, then that's insane that he's allowed to get away with this. Anyway, that's all I had on that topic. Let's move on to Danarchy and VWQ versus NetNobody situation, which now this is something like, it's going to be a bit hard for me to talk about this because Danarchy, or like as most people know, VWQ, is someone who's like helped out this channel a lot. He's done a lot for this channel simply just by coming on the channel, because back in July I approached this YouTuber who had around 27,000 subscribers at the time to come on my show for an interview, and he agreed. And simply him agreeing and coming on my show helped me out a lot. It's one of my most viewed videos, and it really was my first break into the commentary community, which is a community I want to be a part of in the future. But in this certain scenario, I have to side against him. And I would say, not disrespectfully, but, well, let me just show you what happened, right? Because I think what he did was a big mistake, like a really big mistake. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here in just a second. So let me go on Twitter real quick. Hold on. Let me switch over to the big screen. Alright, I think we're on here. Yep. Okay. So let's go on. I just leaked the group chat DMs. Nice. So basically, let's go on NetNobody's account and go to media and find the tweet. Come on, where is it? Okay, here we are. Alright, so basically what happened was a fan reached out to NetNobody and was like, hey, I stopped doing heroin. I've been doing it for over 2 years, but I stopped. Hold on, let me actually load up the actual image, because I cannot read that. Because I can't read it because, like, there's YouTube equipment that I have that's blocking it. So yeah, basically, a fan was like, I used to do heroin, stopped a little over 2 years, never felt better than I do now. And NetNobody replied, that's a huge accomplishment. You should wear that with so much pride, right? And so Danarchy, who's another commentary YouTuber, replied, I used to murder babies, but then I stopped. Should I wear that with pride? Should I do these things in the first place? All she's done is get back to the same level as 99% of us. Come on. I mean, this point is entirely mute, because, like, do you not see that a line has been crossed by going from doing a certain drug, stop doing that drug, to murdering babies? Like, if he wants to express a controversial opinion that he has, then he should go for it. But the way he worded it and the example, the metaphor he used was completely, like, it made absolutely no sense. And so now, in Danarchy's defense, he did go on to apologize to NetNobody, but he didn't apologize to the person that he called out who did the heroin, this Isla person. Like, he didn't apologize to him. So overall, the situation was very hairy, and in my opinion, Danarchy was completely in the wrong. Like, he shouldn't have said... First off, if you want to express this point, I don't even know how he'd begin to do that, because it's such a controversial opinion. Like, he'd have to, like, just, he'd anger people regardless of how he worded it. But he shouldn't have, like, used this metaphor. Like, it made him sound so disrespectful and rude to the person who wanted to be proud of getting rid of this bad addiction, which is something you should be proud of. If you're gonna stoop so low, but then realize you're going low and get out of it. I mean, heroin is a very powerful drug and almost impossible to get out of an addiction of, and yet this person did. So they should entirely wear it with pride. So I think in this situation, Danarchy was completely in the wrong. And I wanted to talk about it, not to, like, throw shade at him, but because I think it's an interesting topic. Like, he has a controversial opinion, which is not his first, but the way he worded it was completely wrong. And NetNobody went out to call him out, and it got a little hairy, and Danarchy ended up losing a lot of followers over it. So, in my opinion, I still respect the guy because he did help me out a lot, and he does make good content that I enjoy, and he makes good points. But in this certain situation, he completely screwed up. Like, there's no other way to put it. It was such a screw up. He was so rude to this person who just wanted to be proud of getting rid of an addiction, and in doing so, he made himself just look like a plain idiot. And it sucks to say that because I like this guy. He came on my channel and he helped me out a lot. But I mean, I wanted to talk about this just because I find it so interesting. So that's what I think of that topic. Let's go back to the RFC live screen and check out what the chat is saying. We got 8 people in here. How's it going? Yo, what's up, Bobby? He says, Minecraft is my life. Dan was wrong. Yeah, David, I agree. This starting to fire me up. Nice. We gotta spawn some creepers and blow them up. Nah, we don't have to blow them up, but I'm just saying, like, you know, certain YouTubers should be called out for this. And is my camera frozen? Hold on. Oh, wow. Camera's glitching out here. I'm not even... Wow. The camera's never broken this much. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, it fixed itself. Yeah, I mean, like, what do you guys think of this? Like, because I think this is, like, I don't even know, like, why he went on to, like, attack this guy, like, so much. Like, it just seems completely, like, out of line for him and completely out of character. So, let's check the next story I have here. Keemstar possibly bringing Tommy C back unbaited. This is a theory I have, that Keemstar is going to bring Tommy C back unbaited and get rid of anything for views. And it's a bad, like, to be honest, like, I really don't have much backing other than the fact that Keemstar on a few episodes of Baited Podcast has been making a lot of bringing Tommy C back on baited jokes. And what I mean by that, he's been making, like, on the past 2 episodes, he's been like, you know, oh, I'm gonna bring back Tommy C or something, and he's obviously joking. But it's made me to wonder if he's planning to do that for publicity, because as we know, Keemstar is always making moves to stay relevant. He is the best at it. That's why he's been relevant for 8 years. Like, Keemstar is good at that. And if he brought back Tommy C on Baited, the original Beta crew would be back. Baited was a powerful podcast, and if you were to bring that back, that would certainly make waves in YouTube. So I'm wondering, like, is he going to do it? Is he going to try to get Tommy C back on Baited? It would be interesting to see. I think a lot of people would be happy to see that. Do I personally want it? Well, yeah, of course, I want it. Like, because I loved the original Baited, and I'd love to see that podcast back on. Like, I'd love to see that podcast back because I have a lot of memories watching Baited. I think if the Baited came back, then excuse me, I think if Baited were back, then they would, like, all three of them would be able to grow and make changes on YouTube because Baited was powerful. So I mean, there's really not much to talk about. This was probably my weakest story, but it is something that I wanted to raise the question: is Keemstar bringing or wanting to bring Tommy C back on Baited? Alright, that's all the commentary news I have today. Let's go on to my thoughts on Sonic Forces. Now, this is long overdue, but I wanted to discuss my thoughts on Sonic Forces because it has been a bit of a roller coaster. Because at first, you guys know, I've been super critical of Sonic Forces. Almost to the point where many people think, like, I hate the game, I don't want it to succeed. I do want it to succeed in sales because, you know, I love Sonic. I want them to grow. I want them to continue. But at the same time, I'm going to call out what I think should be called out. And I think with Sonic Forces, like, certain things, like, I think with Sonic Forces, it's like a mixed bag. Like, what you have here is, like, it starts out as, like, a fun package, right? You beat it the first time, you're like, whoa, that was pretty good. A lot better than I expected. Then you play it again. And it gets, you play it again and you start to realize, wow, that really wasn't as fun as the last time. And you play it more and more and more until you realize, wow, this game really is more mediocre. That was how I first experienced Forces. When I beat it, I was like, man, that was so much fun. But then when I was playing it again and again, and I was like, man, this is getting staler and staler. And I think the problem is because the level design is so boring and unoriginal that, yeah, it might be fun the first time, but the more you play it, the more you realize, wow, there's really no substance to this whatsoever. There really isn't anything that grasps you, that holds you together, that makes you want to play it over and over again. A game like Mario Odyssey, though it has fewer levels, the levels are so big and expansive that you learn more and more about the levels each time you play, encouraging you to play more and more. Sonic Forces doesn't have that. And it's such a short game as it is that I really don't think it has much substance. So, as a result, I have to say it's an average game. So, you know, saying Sonic Forces is average is still a lot better than I expected. I thought I would hate the game. I actually thought it would be a terrible game that I would hate. But now I'm at the opinion to where I think it's just painfully average. And in some ways, some people could say that's worse. Like, if you have a fiery hatred for a game, at least the game was able to spark an emotion out of you. But if you think the game is just, like, painfully average and boring, then you get no reaction of it. There's no fire in it. It's just, yeah, this game is just average. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Like, Forces, I feel, they put a lot of effort into the story and into the presentation. And, but, like, the actual game itself just falls flat. Like, they saw Sonic fans complaining, oh, the story sucks. Presentation sucks. They're like, alright, we'll go through and we'll fix that. But in doing so, they spent so much time fixing that they ended up producing a game that's just so painfully mediocre that I don't think this game is going to be loved like the other Sonic games were. Like, sure, it's going to have its hardcore fans, but I don't think people are going to go back and be like, man, I love Sonic Forces as much as they go back and say, man, I love Sonic Unleashed, or even Sonic 06. You know, Sonic 06 has a hardcore fan base, me being one of them. I don't think Forces is going to have such a hardcore fan base like Sonic 06 even has mustered over the few years. Because even though that game has been hated, it has mustered a hardcore fan base that you can't deny. It has its fans. I don't think Sonic Forces is going to have that. I think everyone's going to remember it as such a painfully mediocre game, which is in some ways worse than a bad game. So, you know, I'm going to be streaming it later, but I just feel like, you know, I feel like with Forces, like, they tried to shoot high, but they really had no focus. They had no idea what they were doing. So they just threw a bunch of crap together, packaged it up, sold it, and we're like, alright, here's a thing we made, and see if you like it. And a lot of the people who played it were like, no, this is mediocre. So, yeah. That's what I think about Forces. What is the chat saying? I think it purely sucks. I don't even put it near the average. Dang, Bobby, going in. Ghost says, I want to say this in my video, but compared to other Sonic games, it's pretty good, but compared to modern Sonic games, it sucks. The story's bad. Don't say the N-word. Dude, it's just a word. Like, he didn't say the ER. Alright? He just said the A, so it's okay. It's so funny about the N-word ethics, you know, like, I've never heard a word that has so many more, like, ethics codes and rules and regulations that you have to follow, where in one context it can be completely fine, and in another context it can be so controversial. It's just funny to me. But, Mugman, if you feel strongly about the N-word, then that's fine, but I just think it's funny, like, it's just funny. So... Sorry, B, not modern Sonic games, modern games in general. Oh, okay. Alright, then. Let's go. What do I have for my last story? Blah, blah, blah. Let's check. The EA crisis. Oh, boy. So, I'm gonna need help from the chat to fill me in on what exactly is going on with EA. Because, with EA, like, I feel like what they tried to do, like, they with EA, I feel like they found the consequences, or rather they found the line that is drawn at microtransactions, because microtransactions have been around for a long time, but why are gamers freaking out now about microtransactions? And I think it's because EA locked so much gameplay, not cosmetics, gameplay behind microtransactions, that in doing so, they really just sparked a fire that I don't think they even saw. I don't think they saw this coming. Like, I think they thought, oh, they got a little too greedy, and they were like, oh, we're gonna lock so much gameplay behind microtransactions. In fact, I believe they have $2,100 behind microtransactions. But like they thought like they could get away with it, but in doing so they realized, they saw like the true fury that a lot of gamers had for microtransactions. They saw how much gameplay was locked behind microtransactions, and they spoke out. And once one person spoke out about it, another person went on, and another person went on, and more people were going on and piling on to the already beaten to death topic that EA was forced to remove the microtransactions. So in doing so, I think they found the line that you can cross, and they went way past it, and in doing so, they met the true fury of what gamers had. Gamers were not happy with this. In fact, it was the trending thing on Twitter, I think, them revolting against EA. And the part that sucks the most about it was I'm hearing that the footage they showed of Battlefield 2 was like, it's a good game, and it's locked behind all these microtransactions. So gamers were especially angry that such a good game was just completely bogged down with these microtransactions. So they weren't having it. They went out, they spoke out against it, and doing so EA found out how angry gamers were becoming, and they realized, oh hey, we can't do this. We can't get away with this anymore. We crossed the line. We found what the line is and we crossed it. So that's what I think on the issue. I think it's entirely justified for EA to be called out on this, and I'm glad that they were. And I'm glad that they folded and got rid of the microtransactions, so that in doing so they show a precedent to other game companies that, hey, you can do microtransactions, but watch it. There's a line that can be crossed. We showed you, so don't make the same mistake as we did. That's what I think on the issue. And with that being said, that's all I have on RFC Live for the topics today. So I'm probably going to chill in the chat. Then we're going to play some Sonic Forces. Smaller, some shorter podcast today, because really I didn't have much to talk about, and I really didn't want to like spend a lot of time on this because I wanted to get to the game streaming. Whew. I love talking, though. Like, I don't want you to think, like, I didn't enjoy this. Because I did. I love talking. I love podcasting. It's what I love the most. Especially doing radio. And I don't feel like this is truly radio, of course. But it's something I enjoy nonetheless. I love talking. I can talk for a mile a minute. So, let's see what the chat is saying. Derek, it's kind of gambling for prizes, encouraging players to buy more and more to unlock what they want. Sonic Lego Dimensions is the real SA3. No, Mario Odyssey is the real SA3. I'm gonna blow up the Minecraft server because Cuphead is being a prick. Blow up the Minecraft server. Augie, you know what to do. It starts with an E. No, dude, I'm not doing it right now, dude. I'm too happy right now, dude. I need to wait until something happens more recently, because the topic is dead now. I can't do it until like something happens now. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I don't even think he's in the chat anymore. It kind of hurts my feelings when people hate on Forces, but I can respect Augie's opinions. Don't let it hurt your feelings, dude, because other people's opinions on other games shouldn't affect your own. If you love Sonic Forces, go for it, dude. I'm happy for you. You got a game that you enjoy, that you're going to have lots of fun with, and you're going to play for years. And that's good for you. Me, personally, it wasn't for me. I thought it was painfully average. But if you see otherwise, go for it, dude. Have fun. That's all. That's what gaming's all about. It's just having fun. Augie, please. Yes, you can. Dude, I'm not even fired up. Dude, I don't even have anything prepared. I can't do the thing that starts with an E. I don't know if I should. Centering people in the waiting to call. Nope. I guess not then. Well, if that's it, then I guess I can freaking stop the stream and go on to Sonic Forces, because I'm ready to do gameplay. You know, I haven't done gameplay in ages. I need to do gameplay. So if there's anything else you guys want me to say, then let me know. Comment when the stream is uploaded. And I guess I'll see you next time for RFC Live number 5 next Friday, I believe. Yeah, on the 24th. Oh, I should do a Thanksgiving special. No. Next time you'll see me is a Thanksgiving special, because I want to do a Thanksgiving special. I love doing holiday specials. Gotta do a Thanksgiving special. Alright, that's next time you'll see me. Alright? And did someone join? Oh, it's just Taz. Alright. Well, anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. See you guys. Frick, what do I do? I forgot how to do it. Okay, there we go. There we go.